Hey guys, welcome back to the next video, and this time we are checking out a 28-inch 4K gaming monitor from piXL. Let's check it out, shall we? Let's get this new 28-inch 4K gaming monitor from piXL open, shall we? So, as for what comes in the box, and you do get a power adapter. This is a 48 watt power adapter. You get a HDMI cable, you get a display port cable, you get the power cable, which is UK plug. Then of course, you get this which is a warranty. Then you get the stand, which is just a base, and it's very easy to put together. So this does rotate, it does swivel, and it's got up and down. So have a look at the arm. Now yes, this is standard VESA, so it'll be, I'll put the measurement here, but this will be a standard VESA for if you want to put this on an actual arm instead. So let's get the base installed. Okay, so as for installing the base, it's quite easy actually, it just clips. So it's got these little holes here which clips onto the bottom of the base. All you do is you put this like that down, and that's it. It just snaps in and it's done. Now, like I said, it does do swivel. It goes side to side. It goes up and down, and it does have a pivot as well. So let's get the monitor installed. As for the ports of the monitor, now we do get 2 display port and 2 HDMI. I will make sure to put the correct rating for this. And then you've got the power adapter, and then you've got headphone. Now, as for the buttons, this is how you control the interface. There's a power button, and then of course there's the volume button. So let's get this installed. Installation, very easy. Take the mount or the base, you lift this up, and there's a few little things by here. You clip it, and then done. And that's it. Now as for the screen, it's 28 inches. The bevels are very sleek. Now it is 60 Hz, it's 4K, and it is 28 inches. But also this is an LCD or an IPS display. So these are the movements. It does go really far, as in turning it. And then you've got a height adjust as well, down, up. And then it does actually come forward a bit, like that, and backwards. So let's get this on and check it out, shall we? Now, as for my test system, it is a Ryzen 9 5900X with 16 gigs of DDR4. It is on an X570 platform. It does have an RX 7800 XT Nitro Plus from Sapphire. It's housed in the B-Quad Shadowbus 800FX as well. It's got a 1000 watt Co-Link power supply. Okay, so this is the 28-inch gaming monitor from piXL. Now, this is 4K, it is 60 Hz, and no, it's not the fastest refresh rate monitor in the UK currently, but what I'm going to tell you that is actually very attractive about this monitor, even though it's a 60 Hz monitor, it's 28 inches, it's 4K, 60 Hz, but the price point is where I think this monitor is going to do fantastic. Now, the price point is actually £169. That is it. And I've had a brief look on Amazon and other websites to check out the current market as for 4K gaming monitors, and currently this is the cheapest on Amazon. Now yes, you can get ones with a higher refresh rate, but you are paying more of a premium for that. But if you're looking for a budget option for maybe a business or for your kid that wants to dive into 4K gaming, because 4K gaming is a lot more demanding compared to 1440p gaming. That's just a fact that's been proven through loads of testing online. But 4K will obviously give you a better resolution, which is obvious. But at the moment, this game's only on low settings playing this game. And to be honest, this game actually looks visually nice. I will say that about this monitor. It does make this game look visually gorgeous, even at low settings. And I'm getting well over 300 FPS here. That's plenty of FPS to play these type of shooter games. So yeah, now what I'm going to try and do is dive into more of a visually appealing game, which would be Assassin's Creed Valhalla. That's more a visually appealing game, which won't be so much about high refresh rate. It will be more about visuals, actually how it looks. So what I'm going to do is put that game on now. But other than that, playing playing CSGO in this monitor has been with zero issues. Okay then, so this is Assassin's Creed Valhalla at 4K, and I'll show you the settings right here, options, and the graphics are set to ultra high and high. Okay, there's no upscaling, nothing like that on, because I don't believe in that. I play native resolution, and this game looks absolutely gorgeous. This is a visually stunning game to play on console, PC, but once you start playing 4K, this is where the visual aspect of these type of monitors actually comes out. It's because it'll make any game visually look much better. Now this is absolutely gorgeous. This looks amazing, I will say that. And what I will say is, for 4K, I really like this monitor, especially at 4K. This, and especially the price point, that is where this monitor is shining, is the actual value, because it's only £170. Yes, it's 60 Hz frame rate, but this game is running perfectly, and there's no issues whatsoever. Oh yeah, and if anyone tells you, oh, the 7800 XT can't do 4K, well, you've seen it right here. This is a 7800 XT Nitro Plus version of the card, and this is playing native 4K at over 70 frames per second in Assassin's Creed Valhalla. And this game looks absolutely stunning. Visually, this game is really nice, but this monitor is actually on default. I haven't touched any of the settings, so the sharpness, nothing has been touched. So I think for the price point, this looks amazing, and quite honestly, for the price, you cannot do any better. And to be honest, this game's a visually stunning anyway, so yeah. Okay then guys, well this is UFO Test. Now UFO Test is basically what it sounds like. This tests the frame rate of your monitor. It's free test that you can use. All you got to do is put in UFO Test into Google, and it'll be the first one to come up on the search engine. Now what this basically tells you, or gives you, a representation of the differences between different frames. So it will show you the differences between 3.8 frames all the way up to 60. It'll just give you a representation. It'll show you what actual differences there are. So when you go below 60, as you can see, it starts to become a bit more stuttery. Well, that's why you'll start noticing in games. If it says 60 on it, but it feels or looks a lot more jittery, then you know for a fact you're below 60. So this is just a representation to show you what the monitor is actually capable of. Okay then guys, so this is EIZO Test. Now what this is essentially going to give you is a 1 to 13 different tests. It shows you the color gradients, shows you the color patterns. It'll also tell you and show you the overall viewing angles of the monitor. So let's actually start and go through the overall testing, shall we? So defective pixels. So basically what you're looking for by here is illuminated subpixels. So if you see any pixels that are in color while in black, that means you've got illuminated subpixels. Now, defective white pixels. Now, what you're essentially looking for here is, this is a white image. If you see any black anywhere, any black pixels anywhere, it means that it is missing pixels. It means it's missing black pixels, or missing a pixel. White, this is exactly the same, but this time you're looking for a black pixel within the red. If it's showing any black, it means that it's missing any red subpixels. The green, you're looking for you're looking for any blacks in the monitor screen. It's exactly the same through different colors, except if it shows any black, it means that it's missing green subpixels. Defective pixels on blue. Now, what you're looking here is exactly the same. If you see any black pixels, then that actually indicates that it's missing subpixels. Uniformity. Now what this actually does is this will give you an image using various grayscales. What this should actually be is the brightness should be equally distributed across the entire image, and the image shouldn't have any color areas. So when you go from a gray tone of 25% up to 75%, there shouldn't be any colors. You should not see any colors whatsoever. Now, color distances. What this is actually doing is it checks the extent to which your monitor can display similar colors while keeping them different. You can create 2 different color patches to do so. The more similar the 2 colors that can still be from one to the other, the better your monitor can differentiate between the colors. This test is also well suited for making direct visual comparison between two different monitors. So basically, if you just change the colors, essentially, you know. Right, so gradients. Now, this one is choose a greater viewing distance to check the display of gradients. The grayscale image should be reproduced in the overall view without any unnecessary color. So within an even gradient at 256 intervals, there should be not any noticeable abrupt changes in the brightness between individual grayscales. At a smaller number of intervals, and the respective bars should be clearly different from one another. So we go from this to that. That's essentially what is actually given you by here. This is just this is what I just read out to you. This is what it's actually showing. Now, sharpness. This test allows you to determine whether your monitor can reproduce text sharply and without any shadows, independently of any influences such as text smoothing. So this would be font size, and what you're looking for is crisp writing. Now, if it looks crisp to you, then that means it's fine. So let me go to white on black. So basically, you're looking for the crisp edges of the sentences or the wording. That's essentially what that means. Okay, so now viewing angles. Now this one is very important because this one tests the monitor's viewing angle stability. When you increase the viewing angle, the size and shape of the circles displayed should remain almost the same. Slight changes may appear, less is better. So, actually, okay, so when you get your face right to the corner here, the actual viewing angle, the overall shape does tend to go, but it stays at a circle at a certain point. Now, gamma. Now, gamma is quite weird. This is to determine your monitor's gamma value. Use the slide bar to change the logo's grayscale until the logo blends into the background to be the greatest possible extent. The value shown corresponds to your monitor's gamma value. So, okay. And then response time. I just showed you that with UFO Test. We don't exactly need to go through this because I've already shown you, but that's essentially what that means. Also, this monitor does have a lighting effect at the back. Now, it is actually set to just basic. It will just go through the overall colors. No, you can't control it through the overall software, or the overall interface, but it does give you a very nice backlight, and quite honestly, it's subtle, but it's there. Okay, so the interface. Now, the interface is very basic, but very easy to use as well. So OSD, that will have language, the HSDH positioning, then it's got the audio for, like, you can mute it and then unmute it with the volume as well, the aspect ratio, the picture quality, that's where you adjust the sharpness, the response time, the noise reduction, as well as dynamic luminous control. Then you've got color settings. This is where you would change the overall picture mode. You'll change the hue, you put it into low blue light as well. And then you've got brightness and contrast. That is where you just essentially change the brightness. And then you've got the input source, and then as for other, that's just for reset. Okay then, so what did you think? Now I'm going to try and leave this part as short as possible because the video is already long as it is. But all I'm going to really say is, after checking online at Google as well as Amazon, this is the cheapest 4K gaming monitor currently. Now yes, It is 28 inches and it is only 60 hertz, but other monitors that are 20 to 30 to some of them £100 more, yes, they've got different features on them as well as a higher refresh rate. But if you're looking for an entry point into 4K gaming, this is an exceptional value for that aspect. So whether you agree with my opinion or not, that is completely up to you. But my personal opinion is this is a fantastic value gaming monitor, especially a 4K. So yeah, look, I hope you at least enjoyed the video. If you did, then please check out the rest of my other collection of videos. I've got over 600 videos on the channel. Monitor reviews, gaming, PC builds, water cooling, custom systems, everything. So check them out as well. And also, if you want to buy this monitor, I will leave a link for Amazon. But also, if you're a business looking for new monitors to use, I will leave a link down below for Target, as well as the piXL website, so you guys can check out, because they've got quite a few more game monitors coming out, and I've already got them booked to come here. So make sure you subscribe for that. And as always, this is Richard from WELSHYTECH. I hope you guys have a fantastic weekend and week ahead of you. Goodbye.